Alright, welcome back to the Gravity Rush Remastered Speedrunning Beginner's Guide. So this is going to be episode 5, and this is the no debt route. So to start off, I just want to show we have 12 gems. You could have a little bit more, a little bit less. Should be somewhere around 10. And we have level 3 gauge, and then everything else is level 1, and we don't have any specials. Alright, so first thing I want to point out is that when you're doing an actual run, between episodes 4 and 5, and then also in 14 and 15, you are going to get this like weird random gauge refill as you're kicking to the next episode. Doesn't really matter with level 3 gauge, because you could still make it to level 5 without it, but if you did have level 2 gauge, then it does actually allow you to get there without needing to wait for your gauge to refill. Alright, so we're just going to start out, and we're going to go kick around this building. So once we just cut it, you're going to cut the corner to the right here, and then we're just going to get to episode 5 and start. So this episode doesn't have any combat, it's all just going to be movement, and we're going to be using a couple of things for this white flyer. We just want to collect gems because it's going to reach 2 checkpoints, and as long as we meet them there, it's not going to affect anything. So we can kind of go a little bit out of our way here, and it's not going to cost us any time. So you do want to make sure that you grab those 10 gems on top of that house a little quickly, because you could get reset if your movement isn't good enough. It's not super strict, but it is something just to note that if you are slow, you won't be able to get those gems. So we're going to grab this, we're going to grab this 10 gem on here. I'm going to attempt something called a trigger kick, which is right when the cutscene triggers, when the flyer lands, you can actually start a gravity kick, and that will save you a little bit of time here. It's difficult to do, but I'm going to try it. There we go, I got it. So as you can see, like during that, I couldn't move the camera, I couldn't control Cat, but I was already doing a kick, and that allows us to get to the kid a little bit closer. You can also evade if you don't get the trigger kick there. Okay, so first we're going to reach this. You can just skid past this and grab like a gem or two. It doesn't really matter that much, but you can get those while still triggering the cutscene. Cat's still active at a couple points when the screen goes black at different points. Alright, red runners. The movement's pretty straightforward. We're just going to kick straight down to these 2 balloons, and we're going to bounce off the ground, use that to get these 2, then we're going to do this. Turn around, might need to reposition. Alright. That guy always just waves at you. See ya. Okay, so upcoming, we are gonna get this red runner, and then we're gonna go meet the dad of the kid and carry him all the way back. Get over here. And there's nothing really much else that you can do here, you just kind of wait. Dead. Alright, so when we pick up the dad, we're going to want to kick on top of the building in front of us, and we're going to want to cancel gravity a little bit early so that we can get our meter back so we can make it all the way to the end thing without needing to. As soon as I jump off. Okay. And what I'm going to try to do is push the dad against the wall here while also triggering the scene at the same time. If I can do that correctly. I don't know if I got it, but that actually allows you to start moving a little bit earlier during this scene. You push him against it correctly. No, I didn't get it. But you can get him to get yourself to move faster. In these corridors, you can choose to gravity slide if you want. Gravity kicking can be a little difficult because of how narrow the places are, and you can also just kind of take a little bit of time to slow down. But it's not always best if you keep kicking into walls because you can't control it. Okay, so here, Cat has pretty high jumps. We can basically jump over like all these little ledges as long as you hold X the entire time. And we're just going to be running up here, run up here, and then we're going to jump, and I'm going to use this little like ledge here to get a couple jumps up. I'm gonna get hit by that. There we go. Juke this guy. He always tries to hit you. And then we're just going to catch up with Dusty. Such that one. Alright, and that's pretty much it for episode 5. This is actually one of the longest loads in the game. But yeah, so next up we're going to have episode 6, and this is going to be one of the most interesting chapters in the game, so see you next one. Thanks for watching.